Yo, what's up guys, it's Talon, and today I'm going to be talking about how to play Wukong in the jungle. I cannot stop winning with this champion. I got all the way up to master on my jungle account already with Wukong, and just want to be talking about the thought process in the games, the builds, and the runes as well. Or I'll mainly mention the build because my rank 1 Wukong guide does have the full build explained. And the build that I explained in the Wukong guide and the runes and everything is the same. The only difference is when you're into squishier comps, instead of going Youmuu's first, you're now going to go Duskblade first. So again, just watch my rank 1 Wukong guide if you want to know the full build and everything like that. And yeah, I mean, it's just been really nice because you can go for the first strike, you can go for the phase rush if the enemy are tankier, you can go for the conquer if they're tankier too, depending on the game. If you know they can kite you a lot, you go for the phase rush. If they're more, you want to stick onto them, you go for the conqueror. So these types of things are good. And obviously the first strike that I'm going in this game with the Duskblade is insane burst damage, and you guys are going to see, how insane it is. And so that's really kind of been my go-to champion on the jungle this patch. Been struggling a bit when I play Warwick and Vi. I mean, still doing good on them, obviously. I think I'm 72 or 3% win rate jungle as we got to master now overall. But yeah, Wukong definitely been the best champion. So initially, just going into the thought process here, the first thing that I'm doing is pathing towards my ranged top laner. Very frequently, you're going to want to path towards your ranged top laner. If you do have one, people complain a lot about having ranged tops, and I get it. Like, it's annoying. They kind of, you don't have a front line then. Your teammates, they usually don't play very well, frankly. All these things are true. And, like, I forget, honestly, how this game went, because I'm kind of streaming for like 10 to 12 hours a day, so I don't have much time to actually like watch these games before I actually make videos on them. But like I don't remember every game since I'm playing so much. But yeah, no, my Vayne top does get killed already. And actually, if we're looking at the game, my teammates have already died a bunch. Like, we already have 5 deaths, and we are 1 minute and 40 seconds into the game. Here I was waiting for the Jax to use his third ability, because if he uses his third ability, I could possibly go on him. Turns out I couldn't, so I kind of wasted some time there. Probably was better to just stick on my Gromp, but I wanted to see if I could maybe get a kill. And we just go back to farming. So we path towards our range top because we know there's a likelihood, or a strong likelihood that something happens. Turns out it didn't, but that's just what we were looking for. We get our recall off and go back to where we started on the map. And we have our serrated Dirk. So at this point, with a serrated Dirk, I am pretty strong. If I do want to fight, or if anyone wants to, engage, I don't mind. I definitely think I can get some value out of it. So we end up following up on our teammates here. We end up one-shotting the Pyke, as you can see, and then going on to the Cassin afterwards. So really one of the biggest reasons that Wukong is strong on this patch is his turret taking power. Champions who can take turrets really quickly, and also we see Lilia here, so we end up invading her, by the way. But champions that can take turrets really quickly are definitely super strong in the jungle on this patch, due to the fact that if a gank works out, for example, you take multiple plates because plates are so squishy. And with Wukong, nearly every game I'm able to get a lead. Let's say a laner is winning lane hard and he kills someone before I gank them. That's fine. I'm going to go to his lane and take some plates for free. Let's say my laner is not doing super well and I need to, I need to help them out in some way. My champion has really good ganking, so it's a high likelihood that I actually do get a gank to work out. And then I can also just play opposite side of enemy jungle. If the enemy jungle is camping one lane, I camp the other lane. I hit a lot of plates there, when they're opposite side, that type of thing. And then in this case, again, we get the invade off, even though Lilia ends up camping our Vayne and the game's not going super well. I'm getting my own gold. I'm getting that bottom lane gank to work out because, again, jungle wasn't there, and I saw the enemy were quite low, and I had my serrated Dirk. So just a lot of good things kind of showing themselves there. And then now here, this is kind of a good play actually need to talk about. So if we look at the situation here, normally most people would probably want to be like, oh, I want to go farm because, my team's kind of playing bad. I want to just make sure I get my gold up, whatever. In this situation, though, and again, this is kind of the plays I've been looking for more often. I'm going to generally farm my camps when they're up and play efficient. But when I see an opportunity where a gank looks very likely to work out, I'm going to go for it due to the fact that I can get plates out of it. So if we look at this situation, why is it that I think that I can gank here and that I would probably get a play and it'll probably work out? So I want you guys to think to yourself before, maybe pause the video because I'm going to answer in a second. Think about why. So if we're looking at why, the enemy jungle, pretty low health. My Lucian obviously doing a bunch of damage to Lilia. Generally, that's pretty obvious. I have my ultimate. I have my flash. These are the biggest reasons. And then the enemy mid is also not rotating. And it's a Kassadin. So they have a bad early game mid laner who's not currently rotating. They have a low health squishy champion with another squishy champion. I have all of my cooldowns. It just makes sense to rotate. Pretty straightforward, nothing complicated, but these are the main reasons that we think we can actually go. And in this case, Lucian ends up doing a really good job of coming, of getting the kill, and then Pyke comes for no reason, and we get the kill on him, and boom, we get a huge play for our team. And through that, we're able to take the entire turret. Do you guys see this? From 2400 health to 0. That's how fast this champion takes turrets. Like, it's actually absurd. If one of these ganks works out, all of a sudden you break the turret, and now here we just simply take our camps, you know, afterwards. Nothing too complicated there. And then we go back bot side. So why do I go bot side? My Lucian is strong. That's simple. My Lucian is the one who's doing well. He played quite well this game. The rest of the team, you know, top side, for example, Vayne not doing well. So we're going to play around our Lucian. Nothing, you know, more complicated than that. If you're ganking your strong lanes, playing around your strong lanes who are doing well, taking turret plates after ganks work out, making sure that you're aware of when you can actually gank, which again is going to be when you have your cooldowns up, your ultimate, your flash, these types of things. As long as you're doing all those things, you know, you're probably going to be pretty happy. Nothing too complicated about jungling. And again, all of this already got master pretty early on in the season. So we're master jungle, master mid lane, diamond 3 on top lane, and diamond 4 on the other 2 accounts. And so now here at this point, we end up finding a nice couple kills in there, using our clone to try to juke people, but we do end up dying because Jax rotates, which is fine. We get decent amount of kills there. Our top laner can at least come back a little bit. Really not too mad about that. Again, the fact that Jax rotated is what it is. That happens sometimes. I don't mind. Another really important thing to mention about Wukong, by the way, is the clone usage. So generally, the way that the clone works is your champion is going to walk to wherever your right joystick is moved. So the actual ability, the second ability. Wherever you aim the second ability is where your champion moves. Wherever you aim your left joystick is where the clone moves. And so you're going to see a lot of situations where I will really quickly flick my right joystick backwards and my walking joystick forwards to make the clone run at them and scare them off and like confuse them. In a lot of situations, I'll do this in order to confuse the enemy or to easily make an escape, that type of thing. And again, here you can see the burst damage from this build, absolutely absurd. And the reason I do this much burst damage is because of the fact that we farmed well in the earlier parts of the game. And because of that, again, we're just able to pretty easily pop off, kill multiple people here, get out with the gargoyle, little triple kill there. Mainly, again, due to the fact that my champion just can get so much gold early and then assassinate people. And again, it's a really versatile champion. In this type of game, the enemy are really squishy. That's the favorite Wukong game. Your favorite Wukong game is if the enemy are squishy. If they're really, really squishy, your champion is OP. If the enemy are super tanky, your champion is less OP, but you can just switch to the Trinity Sundered Sky build, and you're still going to be chilling. Trinity Sundered Sky, and then you would do Cerildas instead of Mortal Reminder now, actually, so I should mention that. Forgot to mention that at the start of the video. You would do Cerildas instead of Mortal Reminder now. Whenever you would have built Mortal, you now build Cerilda. So that's something important to mention. But when you're into tanks, you get the Conqueror, you get that build, and you're going to be chilling too. So you really just have a lot of versatility. And at this point in the game, we're kind of just understanding our job is really just to burst down whatever enemy carries or enemy just in general overextend. Again, it's not a complicated way to play. Just like if the enemy do overextend, I'm going to look to burst them down. You see there, that's when I use my clone to juke them. So then they're kind of like thinking that might be, you know, a person. They waste some of their abilities on it, that type of thing. I've had a lot of funny escapes, especially in the lower ranks with the Wukong clone. They really don't know what it does. So if you're able to do some stuff with that, it can be pretty funny. Here we flash and we Q the Pyke and we one-shot him. And so yeah, just continuing to make sure I get my gold up, farming, catching the side lanes. You're going to see me go bot wave here after, get a couple waves in the bottom lane, recall. And again, just get as much gold as I possibly can. And then because Baron is spawning soon, it's not a bad idea to group with my team when I can. But we want to first get that side lane pushed out since we still have 30 seconds until Baron. So even if my teammates die right now, it's not the end of the world. I just need to make sure I'm protecting the Baron if they do die. And if they don't die, then I can just get free gold in the side lane. So either way, I'm kind of happy. And I don't mind. I didn't mean to skip that. Sorry about that. But my Echo does get the kill on the Jackson. Yeah, I think I'm looking for Misfortune. I don't remember if I'm actually able to kill. I think I'm able to... No, I just end up using the clone again. You see, like, they wasted their Ignite on the clone, for example. You can just see, like, it's just these random little things I'm able to get out of it. And then we do end up finding the one-shot on multiple people. Like, look at that Q damage, dude. I'm one-shotting people. It's insane. But yeah, like, you saw me bait out the Ignite with the clone. all these little things, they just really add up. So that clone usage, definitely one of the main things to understand about the champ. If you're able to have a good early game, like I, talked about, the main things you need to do in order to get a good early game, getting those turrets, playing around their stronger lanes, that type of thing. If you do that, you get some good gold, and then you understand your champion's limits, how much damage you do, because you do a lot of damage, and then you use the clone well, you should probably be chilling. In this case, I'm more worried about the Baron, because the Baron is up, and if Dragon and Baron are up, usually prio the Baron rather than Dragon. But then, because I see the enemy are contesting the Dragon, I know that they're not going to do Baron, so I can contest Baron, or I can contest Dragon. I can't talk, holy shit. I contest Dragon because the Jax is really strong and he's on the other side of the map. So like, because Jax is on the Baron side of the map, I don't want to contest it, but I need to protect the Baron until I know the enemy aren't going to take it. And so because I knew they're not going to take it and Jax isn't here, it was pretty free for me at this point to go to the bottom side of the map. Sorry again about not being able to talk very well. I've been playing so much Wild Rift. I've streamed for 91 hours in the last 9 days, not including today where I already streamed 6 hours today, and I'm probably going to stream 5 or 6 more. So I've played this game over 10 hours on average for the last 9 days, and my brain is melting, as you guys can tell. So my words, not going to be the best. Not going to be using my words the best. Holy crap, I'm actually losing my mind. But either way, I hope I can still provide you guys some type of value in understanding the game. I spam this game so I can teach you guys a lot about the game and learn these different things. Figure out the stuff that's strong, the meta, how to, exploit bad players, how to exploit good players, all these different things. And then my Vayne randomly decides to hit the Baron. I don't really know why. But yeah, now we're kind of spending a lot of our time on the Baron side of the map. So again, the fact that Jax is not here is really good for us. We're happy that he's not here because he is scary. We want to make sure, obviously, that we don't like lose the, inhib or whatever. But as long as we're not losing inhib, we're pretty chilling. And then yeah, Lilia wastes her ult for no reason. I'm really strong here. Nautilus somehow hits that ultimate, and Pyke just goes on me for no reason. So everything here was pretty simple. Nothing too complicated. Our Lucian did play pretty well. We get a kill there, and I think we just go and end. A lot of games do end a bit quicker in this kind of snowbally meta. I don't think the meta is like as snowbally as some people act like, but it definitely does. Games do end a bit quicker on average, and sometimes you get these 13-minute games like this where you end up winning. At this point in the game, we were 1 game from Master, and then I think I won the next game and I got Master from that. But yeah, now we'll be playing Baron lane for the next couple days until we're able to get Master there. I'm about 1 game from Diamond 2 on that account. Continuing to try to get Master every account, then obviously going ideally for Sovereign at one point every account this season. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like or sub or do those types of things, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.